On behalf of the graduating class, batch 2021, I would like to respectfully request the Manila Tytana Colleges through our Dean, Catherine Vera S. Lucas, to confer upon us the certificate of completion of the related learning experience component of the BSN program in accordance with the laws of the Republic of the Philippines and the regulations of the Commission on Higher Education, with all the various rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining hereto.
In accordance with the laws of the Republic of the Philippines and the regulations of the Commission on Higher Education, upon the recommendation of the RLE Coordinator, and by virtue of the authority vested upon me by the President and Chief Academic Officer, I, as Dean of the Manila Doctors College of Nursing, hereby confer upon you the Certificate of Completion of Related Learning Experiences of the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations!
Congratulations. And for the pinning ceremony, again, may I call on Dr. Luwalhati Floranda.
Bachelor of Science in Nursing, candidates for clinical graduation, batch 2021. Ambrosio Cynthia B.
To assist us in the pinning ceremony is the mother of Cynthia Ambrosio, Miss Evelyn Ambrosio.
Bacalso Mylene B.
To assist us in the pinning ceremony is Mr. Raul Bacalso Jr., the husband of Mylene Bacalso.
Besas Zarina F.
This time we're joined by the husband of Serena Besas, who is Luis Andrew Besas.
Julkanain Hanan Jazira S.
Joining us is the mother of Hanan Jazira Julkanain, who is Rasa Sakaluran.
Nazareno Maria Kimberly V.
Joining Maria Kimberly Nazareno is her mother, Maureen Nazareno.
and Villegas Jr., Edgardo Philip V.
We are joined by the mother of Edgardo Philip Villegas Jr., who is Juanita Villaruel.
Mr. Villegas, please turn on your camera.
Congratulations to all. Of gratitude, may I call on the highest in clinical proficiency, Ms. Mylene B. Bacalso.
A pleasant morning to all. I am proud to say that we did it, seniors. We were able to overcome the tough times, but we were able to enjoy some really great ones as well. I wish to offer this day to God, our Creator, to my husband who has always been supportive of me and patiently accepted all the rejected late night strolls and weekend movie dates, to my parents-in-law who supported me both emotionally and financially, my parents and sisters who always gave me encouragement and unconditional love, to my two children who patiently waited for me to finish my schoolworks before I put them to sleep and memorized the digestive system way more better than I did. They were my inspiration and the main reason why I am where I am and who I am today. Looking back, the 4 years my classmates and I endured wasn't an easy one. But since we had each other, it made everything else possible. From our food trip moments after exams, our car breaks in between periods, down to our small inside jokes of playing around with words, I can definitely say that I had so much fun with you all. We are a small class, and it's not surprising that we're quite familiar with each other's quirks and personalities. We know our strengths and weaknesses and how to utilize them in order to create a harmonious teamwork in whatever we did. Please allow me to speak on behalf of my fellow senior graduates, Cynthia, Zarina, Hanan, Philip, and Maria, as we extend our sincere gratitude for the never-ending support and guidance that we had received from all the faculty members and administrators of Manila Doctors College of Nursing. To our dear Dean Vera, thank you for your effort in making MDCon one of the best nursing schools that anybody can ask for. To Mr. Marquez and Mr. Catanyag for being so approachable and supportive despite your very busy schedules. Thank you also, Dr. Floranda, for patiently waiting until the very last minute for us to finish our requirements. To Ma'am Abulencia, Ma'am Jaili, and Ma'am Riobal, thank you for your motherly love and care for us during our clinical duties. We have learned a lot from you. To Sir Roldan, Sir Sico, Sir Librea, maraming salamat mga bossing sirs sa masasayang duty experiences. Magpa-community man yan, infectious ward, or sa group chat bago mag-quiz or exam, you have never failed to make us feel safe whenever we're with you. Of course, thank you for all the learnings as well. To Mrs. Subido, for making us realize that, apparently, experiencing extreme stress will bring out the best in us. Thank you po. Despite the tough love, we still felt your fondness for us and your desire to help us reach our utmost potential. You have truly played a huge role in molding us into the student that we are today. To Mr. EJ Riantilio, if I were to list down the things that we are grateful for, I might finish my speech tomorrow. Instead, We would like to thank you for the fruitful years of learning experiences. Your patience and relentless commitment in teaching inspired us all to do our best, regardless of the challenges we faced. During our last 2 years in Titana, we have spent most of our lecture days with you. But never once did you waver with your passion in teaching us. Hello?
Yes.
Um, but
Continue, Miles.
but never once did you waver with your passion in teaching us. You looked out for us the most, and we will never forget that. And of course, a big thanks to all our MDCon clinical instructors and professors from other departments as well. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to the school administrators and all of the staff of Manila Tytana Colleges for working tirelessly to ensure that all student needs have been met. To our school security guards, thank you so much for being so passionate in creating a peaceful and pleasant environment for all of us. To our to all our school custodial and maintenance staff, we are beyond grateful for your dedication in keeping our school safe and clean. And of course, maraming salamat Manila Titana Colleges for putting in so much effort for your students during these hard times. The creativity you have displayed in delivering quality education to your students despite the pandemic has been exemplary. Before I end this, let me read one of my favorite quotes from Florence Nightingale, a brilliant contributor to the nursing field, as she once said, quote, "Nursing is an art, and if it is to be made an art, it requires an exclusive devotion as hard a preparation as any painter's or sculptor's work. For what is the having to do with a dead canvas or dead marble compared with having to do with the living body, the temple of God's Spirit? It is one of the fine arts. I had almost said the finest of fine arts." End of quote. So let us all be proud of what path we have chosen and flourish despite the struggles. Let us all remember that the world needs our gifts and talents. Let us all tap into our passion and identify our purpose. Congratulations to us, future Titan nurses. Together, let us nurse the world. Thank you and have a pleasant day to all.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. May I call on the last but not the least, Edgardo Philip V. Villegas Jr.
Joining him is his mother, Juanita Villaruel. Go ahead, Philip, for the pinning ceremony. I think there is a technical problem with regards to Mr. Philip Villegas in. We apologize for that matter. So, Mr. Edgardo Philip Villegas, who will lead the Nightingale Pledge. Ms. Besas.
Okay, ma'am. So everyone, let us raise our right hands and say the Nightingale Pledge. I solemnly pledge myself before God
solemnly pledge to myself before God
and in the presence of this assembly,
and in the
in the
presence of
presence
this
of this
assembly,
assembly,
to pass my life in purity,
pass my life
pass
in
my life with
purity,
purity,
and to practice my profession faithfully.
and to
and to
practice my
practice my
profession
profession
faithfully.
faithfully.
I will abstain
I will abstain
from
I will
whatever is
abstain
deleterious and mischievous,
from whatever is
from
deleterious and mischievous.
whatever is
and will
serious
not
and
take
mischievous.
and
Will
will
not
Do
take
not take
or knowingly administer
or unknowingly administer
or knowingly
any
administer
harmful drug.
any
any
harmful
harmful drug.
I will do all in my power
I
I
will
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 do
do
all in my
all
power
to maintain and elevate
to
to
maintain and
maintain and
elevate
elevate
the standard of my profession,
the
the
standard of
standard
my
of my
profession,
profession,
and will hold in confidence
and will
and
hold
will
in
hold in
confidence
all personal matters
all
all
personal
personal
matters
matters
committed to my keeping,
committed to my
committed to my
keeping,
keeping,
and all family affairs
and
and
all
all
family
family
affairs
affairs
coming to my knowledge
coming
coming
to
to
my
my knowledge
knowledge
in the practice of my calling.
in the
in the
practice of
practice of
my
my
calling.
calling.
With loyalty will I endeavor
With
With
loyalty will
loyalty
I
will I
endeavor
endeavor
to collaborate with the health team
to collaborate with the
collaborate with
health
the health
team
team
and devote myself
and
and
devote
devote
myself
myself
to the welfare of those committed to my care.
to the
to the
welfare of those
welfare of
committed
those
to my
committed to
care.
my care.
So help me God.
So
So
help me
help me
God.
God. Of our nursing students. This year, the partnership developed the nurse training program. And to discuss further this program, may we hear it from the Vice President of the Nursing Service Directorate Manila Doctors Hospital, Dr. Rodolfo C. Borromeo.
May I be allowed to share my slides? Again, good morning, everyone. I praise the Lord today for the opportunity to engage to our graduating class and their parents through the launching of the newly signed Nurse Residency Program. I would like to thank our MDH, SMT, or senior management team led by our president, Ms. Arlene Ledesma, and also our HR director, Ms. Karen Martinez. Of course, the MPC president, Dr. Jerry Cao, and Dean Catherine Vera Lucas and her team, and my team as well, Ms. Joy Grospe, Donna Espina, and the rest of our managers, Ms. Jo, Vitas, and Reynalyn Larsio, who are both also graduates of Manila Doctors College of Nursing, for all the support and hard work from the exploratory talks we had and the write-ups of the program. Thank you very much. I chose to title my presentation Milestones Never End, a journey to MPT MDH Nurse Residency Program, primarily because your milestones never ends today as you start venturing another realities or the realities and nature of your work as a nurse in the sick room and make your career a memorable one. You need to challenge your sense of worth in the industry where competition is very high. Lastly, I guess in your commitment to submit yourselves to a program that will truly help you grow beyond your full potential. Let me start by presenting to you our strategy map. Though we are directed towards our vision and mission, we would like to focus on how we can perfectly or precisely execute the operational system. These are the process flows in and the interventions and standards being carried out by our nurses. But we have to look at how we can manage their talents at their finest. Let me share to you the framework of our training and development, research training and development, where there are factors that influences how we develop our nurses. Could be cultural, beliefs, practices of the organization, or could be standards, trends, issues, policies, laws, and challenges brought about by, of course, what we are having right now. Let us also take into consideration the factors or things that would motivate them to practice our beloved profession. Of course, we have to always provide extrinsic motivation to our nurses. See and share to them models of practice, external influencers, and could also be awards and recognition. But on top of it, we are all aiming to make our nurses commit themselves, make them appreciate self-efficacy, loyalty, sense of ownership to the organization. And in this sense, we are not only looking at probationary nurses, we are looking at students. Because I believe that the principle that these students, if we prepare them and form them, they will be our future nurses. These nurses will be the ones who will provide the safe and quality care to our patients. And we don't have to also discredit the importance of the fourth industrial revolution in the preparation of our training program. Thus, we are also considering communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity as dimensions of the training program that we are providing. Why is it that easy path isn't that always easy? Because we know that it takes time and perseverance and to build an outstanding reputation. But the key is again in your hands, for our dear nurses. You have to have the guidance to lead you in the direction until you can do it yourself. How? Of course, we have the Philippine qualification framework. In the Philippine qualification framework, you are done with this one from level 1 up to level 6. But you have to understand that there is still beyond the baccalaureate degree. You have to challenge yourselves and see how you can still push yourself to the limit. From the CHED Memorandum 15, we are also looking at how we can provide a program relative to the excellent quality of care that will be provided by our nurses through client care, I mentioned, leadership and management, and research. Well, when you qualify school, you always consider how will the school provide guidance on you. There should be a strong partnership. It's not only the school that you have to consider, especially in our industry. You have to see the biggest laboratory that you have to be trained to. And the robust partnership between the school and the industry would really form you to the fullest extent of your skill and competencies. Again, the great difficulty in education is to get experience out of idea. Yes, it's easy and it's really something that challenges us today. We don't have face-to-face. We don't have related learning experience where students are exposed already in the practice. At least at the very least, they are really engaged and encounter communication with the patients. And sad to say, some of our younger students will not be able or perhaps would have limited time to encounter and feel how it is to care for the patient. But we are really preparing everything. No, I mean the college and Manila Doctors Hospital really working very hard, and we are all preparing for the face-to-face program of the Commission on Higher Education. So this is the framework. We transition, we develop nursing students to practice until we provide them. After this one, we will now be exposed to our industry, the real life situation where you will be encountering a lot of advanced programs, competency, skills enhancement, and will improve your skill set because this will now be your career track. And at the end, we are also pushing and promoting the leadership roles that you can take advantage of as you reach the developmental stage. When you get a job, specifically in this article, it says 87% of companies say that culture and engagement is one of the biggest challenges that they have to face. But when we hire, we have to be hiring people fitted in our institutional direction. And who else are fitted in our direction? Of course, our partner. We prioritize you. We give you the way towards your improvement and development in the future. Why? Because we have the same culture. We engage with each other. Who else? You will be the priority of Manila Doctors Hospital. As you get your work experience, we plan your succession. We will encourage you to actively participate in all our training programs. Network, network, network. We are not only doing our networking locally, but you are also challenged to engage and network externally. We have external partners internationally. We will maximize your time and you will become an expert in your respective field. The context of this NRPs really nourish the flourish mindset. What do I mean? Of course, aside from the engagement of both organizations, we are also building your capacity through the birth of our nurse residency program. So this was the exploratory talks we had last February 9, 2020. It was something memorable for us because it was the start. It's really a milestone because it's the start of a bigger project for both organizations. Not for us, but for the students who will be formed by both organizations. It will now be a joint project that gives credit and mileage later on to the future graduates of Manila Doctors Colleges. We started with the project STAR, and the STAR means strategic transformation through the actual residency of our nursing students. And it did not stop there because the mindset of the STAR is really we prepare you even during your raw years where you will now be provided with scrap suit and you will really feel that you are a nurse in the sick room. And mind you guys, it did not stop in the STAR. It was followed by the DREAM. And the DREAM project is really, it has an acronym of Development and Responsibility to Excellent Adjustment Machinery. Why? You need to be acclimated to the hospital environment. I'm not saying that you're skillful enough, you're not skillful enough, you are, but we have to guide you all throughout so that the adjustment will be easier. How? This will be through mentoring initiative. It's a lifelong learning experience where the vanguards, the dream people, the people who are graduates of Manila Doctors, we call it as this is the brainchild of Sir Chito Sobrepeña. He wanted, when we had a meeting, he wanted the graduates of Manila Doctors College of Nursing who are working in Manila Doctors Hospital will be helping our graduates transform and transition themselves in the field of practice. And the vanguards are basically looking at how they can provide and integrate values of both MPC and MPH. Role adjustments, sharing active roles in the CSR activity, active involvement of the alumni activities and their participation in all other activities of the nursing service directorate. There should be a synergy from clinical to leadership development. So you don't have to put your foresight or look at the foresight of just uh, concentrating on the clinical aspect. You have to look at leadership and beyond. Uh, and the synergy lies on how the star and green works together in order for these areas of concern, the focal point of your development will be carried out seamlessly. And in this regard, there were a lot of collaborative meetings from February 2020 until last May 12 of 2021, we were able to come up with a solid memorandum of agreement, really preparing our clinical nursing associates. And Flourish to Nourish mindset is about really how we can implement the nurse residency program. In the nurse residency program, of course, you'll be encountering resistance and incompetence, overconfidence. But in that case, you have to start looking out at how you can clinically adjust to the environment. Well, letting go and testing yourself is very important because this is the time where you have to face challenges. And of course, you have to rationalize everything and try to find joy in nursing. Because being a nurse means to hold all your own tears and start growing smiles on people's face. That's how you classically change, and that's how you go with the curve of change. And in NRP, the intention of NRP is really to provide opportunity for graduates of Manila doctors to be nourished and flourish from the formation program designed by MTC and Manila doctors. We'll be integrating clinical learning activities to graduate nurses with the corresponding remuneration and performs assisted responsibilities to our registered nurses. It commits also to actively participate with the vanguards. You will be coached, you will be mentored, and you will be future vanguards of the future graduates of Manila Doctors College. Like what I said, we signed the memorandum last May 12 of 2021. And the provision of the memorandum, if I may be allowed to share to you, the residency program with the Manila Medical Services Inc. shall coordinate, or the Manila Doctors Hospital shall coordinate with MTC in promoting the NRP to level 4 BS nursing students, again, through information and sessions and campaigns. I'm doing it now. And in these level 4 BS nursing students of MTC in the NRP program and execute commitment contract while enrolled as level 4 nurses. Hire graduates of MTC BS nursing as clinical nursing associates in the NRP on probationary employment. Cover the cost of basic employment, medical examination, but except vaccination, because vaccination is will be provided in the respective places. But further examination, consultation, and outside employees clinic assessment is not also included. We will provide you with the onboarding program to CNA and under NRP program, guided by the performance duties and responsibilities as stated in Annex A. Clinical nursing associate who pass the board examination will be appointed as a staff nurse, automatic. Regularization will be 6 months employment applied after obtaining a 3.0 grade or meets expectation. So I think there will be no problem unless there will be grave offense, but I think for Manila doctors, you are all trained, and I know you can meet even beyond 3.0. Regardless if the nurse is under NRP or has passed the board exam. CNA who failed the board examination will still remain in the program until such time that you pass the board examination. So that's something good for you guys. Will be provided with uniform, automatic. The uniform that the staff are wearing will be the same uniform that you will wear. ID card for the CNA, and you will be provided with 20K, 20,000 per month during the probationary period. Benefits shall take effect upon regularization. Salary shall remain the same upon conversion of the employment to regular, and you will now be eligible to hospital benefit package upon regularization. On top of it, what else for you guys to look forward? The partnership that is driven to serve is something that you have to look into. Relationships should be deep between both organizations. Why? Relationships should be bounded by developmental and engagement and exchange programs. So we will grow, both organizations will grow, the future of the student nurses will grow, and the future nurses will grow as well. Why? We will be designing modular training programs, platforms for each level. So there will now be training officers, training staff who will be working hand in hand through the exchange programs between the hospital and the school. So the one thing that I'm excited of is the ideas. This is something that will be taken advantage by our young students in Manila Doctors College of Nursing. We will be promoting interdisciplinary discussion and educational acclimation of students. What do I mean by that? In simple context, we will be inviting doctors or doctor presenter, could be a nutritionist also, or PT for rehabilitation. There will be interactive session. There will be focus group discussion. There will be seminars involving interdisciplinary professionals. We are not only coining it among nurses, but we will also be inviting other professionals in the healthcare organization. So it's easy for us because we have a lot who will be participating in the discussion. So that helps our students in their formation because they have the chance to engage, they have the chance to communicate, they will have the chance to share their thoughts, and they will have the chance also to ask questions on how we can promote interdisciplinary care. And we have a strong international partner. The Mercy Medical Center in Baltimore, Maryland is considered as a strong partner, as their international partner. And we were even instrumental in their Magnet Hospital accreditation, where Nico and Joy was there, and they were invited to share their experiences in the program that we are enjoying right now. We were even given the certification and recognition as the International Professional Evidence-Based Outreach Program. And one of the program is the retention strategy. I call it as opportunities to grow. Well, let me just share to you some of the highlights. Professional development, you'll be improving your career path, nursing care standards through international benchmark, we'll be incorporating self-care activities and mindfulness, we'll promote autonomy, we'll build skills and leadership. We have our nursing hour as part of our continuous professional development. We have our reflect or the revitalizing employees formative learning experience through cross-training. And we also have our communication and relationship through interprofessional relationship. This is part of the interprofessional relationship or the 3C's multidisciplinary team. It also includes huddle. We have safety huddles. We have a lot of safety features that allows you to engage and perform your nursing tasks with utmost care and safety to our patients. We'll work on your culture development, work environment as we incorporate mindfulness during team huddles. We are not blaming people. This is one thing that I am proud of. We, as much as possible, there should be no bullying. Let's help our nurses. Let's promote discipline by way of listening and interacting with them. When we promote corporate social responsibilities, we have team building activities and some psychosocial activities. This will now be your future core values. We call it as RACE: respect, accountability, innovativeness, service with compassion, excellence, integrity, and teamwork. These are all relevant to the future achievement of our future direction. So these are just some of the activities that we are doing, and observance of no bullying is really very important. Team building activities, green rebellion, and many others. Well, the organizational structure and support, of course, part of it will be the NRT, will be trained by your category, or your mentor to protege strategy, or the vanguards. And we also have the virtual circle, heroes of the month. We have the YouTube and people. These are some of the psychosocial activities that we are doing to all our nurses. And you will be awarded and you will be recognized, just to motivate you to push and really perform your task in with quality and safety. And again, just recently, we had our first MDH NSD major conference. So, nursing innovation from conventional to exceptional care. We have very good speakers, and sooner or later, we will be part of those who will be crafting and designing the future conferences of our organization. And of course, we will not leave you there as a staff. We will design a program that will push you to climb the ladder of leadership in case you prefer to stay here in the Philippines. But if you wanted to go abroad, then from the modules that you will be getting from us, I think you will be prepared, in terms of possible leadership role even outside the country. So this is a design for our leadership pathway. If you intend to stay here, we will drive your force to change and your step-up mindset through a lot of strategies by working on how you can be developed with the program and various initiatives that we have. Let me just end, just few slides remaining. Gaining knowledge is the first step to wisdom. Sharing it is the first step to humanity. That is why we are committed to serve humanity by sharing what we have here at Manila Colleges. Well, it takes courage to grow up and become who you are. And there are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. Let me just share to you my principle. Life is an opportunity of discovering the best in you. Take calculated risks and face challenges to challenge your limits. Now let's do it. This is our QR code. You can take a picture of our QR code, and then if you are interested, then you are all welcome to Manila Doctors Hospital. Maraming salamat po for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Dr. Borromeo. Wow, that was indeed a great program, and it is an opportunity for our nursing students. Thank you, Dr. Borromeo.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you, Dr. Tao, and the rest of your team.
I guess it's not only open for our 6 graduates right now, and this can be also offered to those who are still not in the field of hospital work.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Our graduates are already showing here.
Thank you, sir, for this opportunity.